Okay, 7th graders, now we have the room set up. We have the floor, 2 walls, and the ceiling. On the back wall, because it's on the back wall, we don't have to show it in perspective, meaning we don't have to draw it to the vanishing point. It will just appear as regular. Traditionally, we draw a door on the back wall and then just a piece of art, so let's go ahead and do that. I like to scooch in the door just a little bit in from the wall, which allows me to put in some molding. So I'm just along this floor wall, I just added a little line. I'm going to measure up from that line. It's important that I'm measuring from my dot up 4 inches. So I'm just going to make the lightest little dot at 4 inches. And then I'm going to make my door 2 inches wide. So I can take my dot. I can use the blue part of my T-square here as a ruler and measure 2 inches. I could use my T-square like this and measure 2 inches. So however you want to plot that. The important part is that when you draw your door, your T-square is firmly on the board. So I'm going to, as light as I can, draw a vertical line. As you can see, I could just slide my T-square over and make parallel vertical lines. And then I'm going to find that dot that I plotted at 4 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and make a horizontal line connecting that, making a rectangle. There we go. Now this is a very simple door. To adorn this door, we can add a knob. You could certainly use a circle tracer if you want it. You could also go ahead and give it a little border around, creating a molding around the door, which you would definitely see in a home. And a horizontal line here to close it. I would certainly, on my final, do a better job. As you can see, this side is much wider. It would have been advantageous or a good idea for me to measure that. I'm just going to connect these 2 miter lines, which would be in the molding, with diagonal lines. Those do not go to the vanishing point, those 2 lines. All right, over here, let's add a piece of art. So we're just going to create, I don't know, about this big piece of art. This could be any size that you want. It could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be large, it could be small. It could be much longer than wide, whatever you prefer, just as long as it fits in the space. And then if you wanted to do the same thing ahead, again, this time I'm going to be smart and give myself little marks. So I have some guidance for how large. I'm going to go ahead and make that molding. Okay, and I need to close this shape here. Okay, there we go. And then in there you could certainly doodle a little seam. But basically, as long as you use, just as long as you constantly have T-square on the board, you will be perfect when you create that, that piece of art.